being on the road, I think it's a calling.
The Road, Sunday, October 19th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
Look at his out.
We're still hanging on to summertime. Tomorrow, temperatures near 80 degrees with lots of sunshine and a few showers and storms possibly for the evening. More details coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we have the latest as President Trump considers sending out National Guard troops to some of the country's biggest cities. Plus, new COVID-19 vaccine guidelines are leaving many people scratching their heads. Do you need a doctor's note or can you just walk in? We'll break it all down. And dengue cases are dropping dramatically across the Americas as it's making officials cautiously optimistic. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast. Hope everyone had a lovely Labor Day weekend, and we're still holding on to those summer-like conditions, at least for tonight. Things are fairly seasonal. Mostly clear skies, temperatures in the lower 60s for Marquette. We have some lower 50s down to Iron Mountain and Iron River and out to Ironwood. And again, still holding on to summer for tomorrow, close to 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine, but we start to increase the cloud cover, possibly some showers into the overnight. I'll have more details coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good, Kelly. Thank you very much. Starting off tonight, President Trump encouraged officials in large cities such as Chicago today to follow the example set by Washington, D.C. and be cooperative as the White House looks to deploy federal troops to city streets. But leaders in Illinois are pushing back, arguing troops are not welcome. Christiane Benavides has more.
Before leaving the White House to play golf on Monday, President Trump praised the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, on social media for cooperating with him as he deployed National Guard troops to D.C. streets in recent weeks. Declaring the nation's capital crime-free, the president urged other city leaders to work with the administration. He also added to Bowser, "Don't go woke on us." The president's post comes as the White House looks to send federal troops to a number of other cities, including Chicago.
No federal troops in the city of Chicago.
At a Labor Day event, Chicago's mayor spoke out against the idea.
We're going to defend our democracy in the city of Chicago.
His comments come a day after Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker told CBS News federal troops do not belong in Chicago or any other U.S. city.
Any kind of troops on the streets of an American city don't belong unless there is an insurrection, unless there is truly an emergency.
Also on Monday, the Trump administration continued to come under scrutiny for last week's firing of CDC Director Susan Moneris and the resignation of a number of other CDC leaders. In an op-ed published in Monday's New York Times, 9 former CDC directors and acting directors raised concerns about Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s oversight of the department, writing, "We are worried about the wide-ranging impact that all these decisions will have on America's health security." Senator Bernie Sanders, the ranking member of the Senate's Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, is calling for Kennedy to resign, arguing he's doing the opposite of his vow to make America healthy.
New guidelines are creating confusion over how to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine. Many people may need a note from their doctor before getting vaccinated. The FDA's latest guidelines approves the shots for seniors and anyone older than 6 months old with a condition that makes them high risk for a severe COVID infection. Those people can walk right into a pharmacy and get the shot. For everyone else, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said on social media, you need to consult with a doctor first. But 16 states are also still waiting on CDC approval, which could come later this month. Health experts say this confusion was preventable.
There is no new data on safety and efficacy that would warrant a change in guidance. What's changed is the process. So instead of having a transparent, science-driven policy-making process, what we are seeing now is vaccine policy being made by political fiat and even being announced on social media rather than through normal processes.
Moderna and Pfizer both say their vaccines will be available in the coming days. It's also unclear if all insurances will cover the shots and if pharmacies will require proof of a medical condition. As we head into peak season for dengue here in the U.S., health officials say there's a reason to be optimistic. As Christian Benavidez reports, cases of the viral infection are trending down after 3 years of steadily rising.
At Miami-Dade Mosquito Control Headquarters, there's cautious optimism this year's dengue season could buck the trend. A steady increase in cases since 2022. Lab technician Yadira Diaz is on the front lines fighting against the mosquito-borne illness. Last year, the county saw the most U.S. cases.
The work that we do is identification of mosquito and larvae.
They spray areas where mosquitoes may be present, lay mosquito traps, and study the carriers of the dengue virus, the Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus mosquitoes. Inside this bag are larvae collected by pest control crews in Miami-Dade County.
It's real. There are so many people who get sick.
But this year, dengue cases have dropped dramatically throughout the entire region, with 70% fewer cases in the Americas than last year, according to the Pan American Health Organization.
So far, there are 3.5 million. Last year, same time, it was more than 13 million cases.
As of mid-August, Florida had 138 cases. For all of 2024, the state had more than 1,000. California had seen at least 65 cases this year. The state reported more than 700 last year. Most cases are travel-related and not being transmitted locally. The division chief of mosquito control in Miami-Dade County says while those numbers are headed in the right direction, they're not letting their guard down. In August, Hillsborough County, Florida, reported a locally acquired case.
We've not reached the high transmission time yet.
Here, dengue typically sees the most cases in late September and early October.
Most dengue cases in the U.S. are acquired through travel. Someone who is visiting or lives here gets it from being in an area where it is regularly found, though sometimes there are reports of locally acquired dengue. This Labor Day, Michigan is celebrating its union legacy while also facing new debates over workers' rights. Democrats repealed the state's right-to-work law last year, a move unions called a historic victory. But Republicans are working to bring it back, saying it's key to Michigan's economic future. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy explains how the fight is shaping this year's holiday.
Labor Day has long been a showcase for Michigan's labor movement. Last year, Democrats repealed right to work, a law in place since 2012 that allowed employees in unionized jobs to opt out of paying dues while still receiving union benefits. Michigan Democratic Party Chair Curtis Hertel says repealing the law restored fairness for working families.
Whether you are a union member or not, you have benefited from the labor movement. The 5-day work week, paid sick time, paid sick leave, equal pay for equal work. Those are all things that were started because of the labor union.
Republicans are now pushing to reinstate the law. Senator Thomas Albert and several GOP colleagues introduced a package of bills this summer that would restore right to work in both the private and public sectors and repeal prevailing wage requirements on construction projects.
What they're trying to do is dismantle and make it harder for unions to actually negotiate for fair wages.
Supporters argue the changes would make Michigan more competitive for business investment and give workers more freedom to decide whether to pay union dues. Hertel disagrees, saying the effort would weaken unions' ability to negotiate on behalf of workers.
That people have the right to negotiate fair wages is really important, and we saw it happen in Michigan with the UAW and what they were able to do by going on strike, by working together and holding strong.
As Labor Day highlights the history of the labor movement, the fight over Michigan's workplace law is once again at the forefront. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Police are investigating a reported arson attempt at the Rapid River Pub late last night. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons spoke with the owner of the pub this morning to get the latest information on this developing story.
Most importantly, praise God that everybody here is safe. I mean, a building can be replaced, a soul can't.
Owner
owner Tom Zazinski says it was approximately 12:35 a.m. when he received an urgent call from the pub.
My manager let me know that there was a fire at the pub. We had witnesses outside. It appeared to be some sort of cocktail bomb that went off. Reviewing the cameras, the pub did shake, and we do have an explosion here in the back alley. Accelerants have been found in the back area.
Staff and customers reacted quickly, using a fire extinguisher to put out most of the blaze.
As you can probably see some of the damage, the fire did go through some of our crevices, and the fire department had to be very thorough to make sure, obviously with this old of a building, that we had the fire completely out.
The Michigan State Police Fire Investigation Team is looking into the attack and searching for a suspect.
They were just asking the public to give any type of witness if they've seen a 30-some-year-old man in a dark blue shirt. He was at the time wearing gloves, and he's about 6'2".
The pub needs a professional cleaning before it can fully reopen. But fellow business The Brisket Barn offered to serve food by the pub's new outdoor edition from 4 to 8 this afternoon, so the community could still come together and show its support. And in times like these, Zazinski says that's the most important thing to do.
The community has already been just amazing. I woke up after only 2 hours of sleep to 68 messages about how can we help you. Even just the moral support has been huge. That's why I love this place. I moved home, to show people we love each other, and this is going to happen sometimes. But, we'll be okay.
WZMQ 19 will continue to follow the investigation into the arson attack as it unfolds. Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Rapid River.
Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, a powerful earthquake rocks eastern Afghanistan, leaving entire villages in ruins and hundreds dead. And we'll have the details on a high-profile mission by activists to get aid into Gaza. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
Tourism has basically become one of the mainstays of the economy up here.
The Respect Marquette program is helping shape who visits Marquette and how they visit Marquette.
Protecting water and being part of organizations doing that work is essential.
Too much online betting? So what? We need to pay rent, buy books, blah, blah, blah. This isn't gonna end well.
Don't regret the bet. For tips that can help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
I'm venting about these teenagers.
Lil Real Howie is so real. I call them a new people.
Your broke best friend.
Plus, a little logo expert. Do you know what this one is?
Jennifer Hudson Show.
You better tell her. Then Beauty Alert Hair Edition.
I got my first wig on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Come on, listen.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics.
What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here.
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. It's September 1st, so of course it's a new month. We're putting a nice bow on August, but that also puts a bow on the entire meteorological summer. Meteorologically, every 3 months is a new season. June, July, and August was meteorological summer, and really as a whole, things were fairly average. The only thing that really sticks out was June had a pretty above average rain period, just about 2 inches above average. Otherwise, rain was pretty status quo for July and August, and the temperature-wise, a little above average for June and July, and then slightly cooler for August. But really, we were pretty much seasonal as a whole for summer 2025. just about a half a degree above average and just about a half an inch of rain above average. So we definitely had those cool and warm periods, but with all those fluctuations, we did everything evened out pretty well actually for the entire meteorological summer. But with that being said, the unofficial end of summer, Labor Day, we really will start to feel it as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a final push of some summertime heat on the way for tomorrow before we take a quick plummet and stay there really through the weekend. So with that being said, why are we dipping down so fast for Wednesday? It's because we're tracking another cold front with a low pressure system moving through the Great Lakes. We know how this goes, a line of showers and thunderstorms, possibly could be severe, though the Storm Prediction Center does have us at a 0 out of 5, so not really looking at severe thunderstorm potential, but it is going to bring some big changes, and this system basically dictates our week ahead for the forecast. It brings the rain into the area and keeps it there for the next few days. But again, we're a 0 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center, which tells us that it will be likely non-severe. That will track for tomorrow. And your Blades Bait and Tackle fishing outlook for tomorrow, a 2 out of 4 star day. And with that being said, we could see those showers and storms late tomorrow night. So your best time for 7 to 9 a.m., that might be the best bet as opposed to 8 to 10 p.m. We could see some rain at that time. And those southwest winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour kind of bringing in that moisture. But actually, right now is a pretty good time to possibly view an aurora borealis. Get on out there. Right now, we have nice and clear skies. Try to see if you can see it with the naked eye. And of course, we would love to see a picture. The forecast is 6, and we will see if we can get there into the overnight. Probably at about 4 by now, but again, check up on it if you are awake right now. And those high temperatures for tomorrow, probably near 80 degrees for most of us. Again, that last little push of summer before we do plummet. So with the cold front, we can expect that heat push just ahead of it. So likely 78 for Marquette, 73 slightly cooler out to Ironwood, 74 down to Escanaba. We're looking at mid 70s, upper 70s, lower 80s. And really, once we clear that, we're not going to see many 70s in our 7-day here. Lower 60s for your Wednesday, and we stay into that below average range not only for Thursday, Friday, but into the weekend too. But once we get to the weekend, that's when we start to clear most of that rain out of the forecast.
Kelly, thanks again. At least 800 people are dead after a devastating earthquake in eastern Afghanistan, and that number is expected to rise. The major 6.0 magnitude quake struck near the city of Jalalabad. Holly Williams reports.
The quake hit just before midnight, shaking a remote region in the mountains. Many there live in mud brick houses that quickly turned to rubble. They're using helicopters to ferry out some of the injured because roads have been cut off by landslides.
Yet another disaster just hitting at the wrong time.
Homa Nadir is the deputy head of the Red Crescent in Afghanistan.
I've been seeing reports of entire villages destroyed. Is that accurate?
There's 3 villages from Kunar province that we've been hearing that have been completely leveled.
It's been more than 20 years since the US-led invasion of Afghanistan and 4 years since the Taliban retook control following a chaotic American withdrawal. Afghanistan is still one of the poorest countries in the world. Homa Nadir told us cuts to US aid will hamper the relief effort.
We're always expecting these disasters to happen, but it feels like in Afghanistan, people really don't get a chance to just breathe.
Fierce winds and rough seas forced a flotilla carrying aid for Gaza to return to port in Europe. The high-profile aid mission launched on Sunday with about 20 boats departing from Barcelona to draw attention to the ongoing crisis in the Gaza Strip. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian activists from dozens of countries were on board, including environmental campaigner Greta Thunberg and Game of Thrones actor Liam Cunningham.
I need to be able to look in the mirror and say, at least I tried to do something. At least I tried to bring attention to what's going on.
The flotilla is the largest attempt yet to break Israel's naval blockade of the Palestinian territory by sea. Organizers say they'll resume the journey once the weather improves. Still to come on your 19 News, Labor Day is coming to a close. We'll see how American workers were celebrated across the Upper Peninsula. We'll be right back.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes. Time right. Manny drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Now you can get a new 25 RAV4 with 4.99 APR financing, or lease a gas-powered RAV4 for $309 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
Never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The Upper Peninsula's largest Labor Day celebration took place in Negaunee today. Our own John Truitt was there and has the story.
With a veritable alphabet soup of union acronyms, Negaunee's Labor Day Parade honored all of them, from A to Z. With a rich history of organized labor, Negaunee continues to pay tribute to the workers who built Irontown, USA. The Negaunee Parade and Picnic are always well attended, and this year was no exception.
Right here in the city of Negaunee, we're a labor town. We have a strong steel workers unions, 2 of them. This has been a great turnout. We've always had more union members show up for our parade than throughout the UP. We're very strong. We support our working class.
With an uncertain future for labor unions during the current administration, labor leaders stress the importance of remaining united while effecting positive change locally.
It is an uphill battle, especially from some of our federally funded projects, solar farms and whatnot. But, you know, we have other work and we're going to continue to perform that work.
In many ways, unions are like a family. And on this Labor Day, it's important to remember that.
But today is a time for me to be around all my brothers and sisters, and it's a day of celebration and family. I get to see all their little ones growing up, and I bounce around to every other year. This is my favorite up here.
The day ended prematurely with heavy rain as the cause. But rain or shine, the resolve of organized labor in the UP remains. In Negaunee, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
While parades and picnics were attended across the country, here in the UP, union members are remembering why we celebrate Labor Day. Our own WZMQ reporter Sammy McKnight spoke to union members about why the holiday matters.
Labor Day celebrations in Negaunee faced some rain this year, but union members and community supporters still gathered to honor a holiday deeply rooted in Upper Peninsula history.
Especially up here, we have a rich labor history in the UP. We can't forget how we got there. We wouldn't have the overtime, we wouldn't have the paid holidays, we just wouldn't be celebrating a day like Labor Day if it wasn't for sacrifices that were made to get to this point we are today.
The UP's economy has long been built on industries like mining, steel, and timber. Those jobs couldn't be moved overseas, and that helped fuel a strong tradition of organized labor.
We built this country. I mean, Michigan wouldn't be what it is today if it wouldn't have been for the steel. I mean, the timber back in the day that supplies the rest of the country. It's a dangerous job. It's a hard job, so we're going to do it, but we're going to get good pay, good benefits if you want us to do that kind of work.
Union leaders say Labor Day isn't just about unions, but recognition of all working people who keep communities going.
Labor Day is an important day for everybody because in general, I think that the blue-collar worker are the people that have brought America to the point that it's at. I think if you don't have the working class in America, you don't have the prosperity that we have.
The holiday dates back to 1882 when workers first marched in New York City to call attention to their conditions. Leaders say that legacy still matters today.
At the end of the day, I mean, we drive certain things like job conditions. We drive general wages up in our communities. So even if it's union or if it's non-union, you're still getting a certain wage that's pushed by us unions to drive you into the middle class as a working person.
And even though rain cut this year's picnic short in Negaunee, attendees say Labor Day is a reminder of how far workers have come and how strongly the UP continues to hold on to its labor traditions. Samuel McKnight, WZMQ 19 News, Negaunee.
Since 1910, the Dickinson County Fair has been home to numerous exhibitions and rides every Labor Day weekend. On Labor Day today, the fair brings in families from the county and beyond, offering specialty discounts and free events. WZMQ's Andrew Hands has more.
Today rounded out the annual Dickinson County Fair, held each Labor Day weekend for the last 115 years. The final day kicked off with the tractor pull, gathering farmers and families from surrounding areas, showing off their engine skills in various weight classes, commentated by Senator Ed McBroom.
You know, I think everybody enjoys having that extra holiday kind of closing out the summer, and it's special that the Dickinson County Fair is claimed this weekend for a century, and it's just a great part of the heritage here.
Throughout the holiday weekend, the weather turned around for those last few days of the season. This year, the fairgrounds were also in smooth condition after extending their accessibility last year.
We put in a couple $100,000 worth of blacktop last year to make it more accessible to the people with handicaps and special needs, and it's been well received. And the weather has cooperated this year, and a lot of people showed up to support their fair.
Hosting on Labor Day brings in the whole family, as the fair has many discounts to offer. The board says the community support follows through each year.
It started out as a community-supported function, and it still is. That's one thing that never really changed. And today we do a discount on rides and a discount on entrance, so a lot of people with larger families or whatever that just didn't have time or they were working, they come on Monday, and they're $1.25 for a ride, and you can't get a ride at a carnival for $1.25 any place except here.
Reporting in Norway, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
The end of an era for a legendary duo, festival debuts, and a horror classic reborn. Nick Zekovich has tonight's entertainment headlines.
Nearly 2 decades after his first foray into the franchise, director Christoph Gans is returning with Return to Silent Hill. The story follows James, who receives a mysterious letter from his lost love, Mary, bringing him back to Silent Hill.
You don't know what kind of hell you have to face.
Return to Silent Hill is set to hit theaters sometime in 2026. John Oates of Hall & Oates is coming out with a new solo album simply titled Oates. The project marks a fresh chapter for the pop icon who says the legendary run of Hall & Oates has officially come to a close.
No, that's Daryl and I have agreed to amicably separate our business interests, and we are now just pursuing our individual artistic destinies, whatever that might be.
Oates is available on all major streaming platforms.
This is the house where I live.
And dark comedy The Souffleur, starring William Dafoe, premiered at the Venice Film Festival over the weekend. It follows a longtime manager of Vienna's iconic Intercontinental Hotel, whose life spirals into absurd paranoia after learning the property is being sold to a developer.
Now don't go away. When we come back, Kelly Rowland will have our final look at weather. Stay tuned.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. But did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, at these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Download the WZMQ 19 app or visit WZMQ19.com for the latest news and weather, around the clock and on your schedule. 19 News is all about you.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Welcome back. A final look at your forecast. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s for tonight and also clear skies, and that's important to note because right now is a pretty good time to see those northern lights. So if you are in bed, maybe get out just in case you can see it. Again, we are looking at clear skies, so really nice conditions to possibly view that. And we're still hanging on to that summertime heat for tomorrow. We'll get a push of it before we start to track some scattered showers and storms before the temperatures go down. But close to 80 degrees with lots of sunshine for the entire Upper Peninsula for tomorrow. Again, that's the last bit of summertime we'll have on here. We are down to the 60s for your Wednesday with those scattered showers, and that likely lingers rain-wise for Thursday and just ahead of the weekend. Temperatures, though, the coolest on here will be through the weekend, 54, 56, 58, lots of 50s. And it isn't until next Monday where we start to climb the ladder back up with those mid-60s and partly cloudy skies.
All right, Kelly, thanks again. Finally tonight, the southern Dutch city of Tilburg saw more color than usual this weekend as thousands of redheads from all over the world gather in the Netherlands for a once-a-year festival to celebrate their flaming locks. The 2025 edition of the Redhead Days Festival included music, food trucks, and workshops tailored to particular needs of redheads, including makeup explainers and skin cancer prevention. Organizers we're expecting there were over several thousand attendees from some 80 countries joining the three-day event. The festival was free and open to all, with the exception of the group photo on Sunday. That event is restricted to natural redheads. The 2013 edition set a Guinness World Record for the largest gathering of people with natural red hair, with 1,672 people posing for the group photo. That's all we have for tonight, everyone. We'll catch you back here again tomorrow at 6/5 Central. See you then.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes!